One of the most important things that Penelope and I have done as a mother-daughter on our 260-pound weight loss journey is to heal our gut, because we believe that reclaiming your health and body starts from the inside. It's an inside job. And in this video, we're going to tell you the top 5 things that we've done to get the results that we've gotten with no loose skin, a healed gut microbiome. For the most part, it's an ongoing process. And to lose the weight, most importantly, with no loose skin, all naturally. Because you might think that it's got to be a gimmick like celery juice or Ozempic or something else. And we're here to tell you, actually, no. It's about healing traditions. It's about things that make sense to your body.
We noticed that 79.2% of you are not subscribed. So if you're not subscribed, what are you doing? Come subscribe. We give you 5 days a week of free weight loss advice. And I mean, come on. It's a pretty cool vibe over here. So I'd love it if you'd come join. We really appreciate all of your support. So please don't forget to subscribe.
In this video, we are going to teach you exactly how we healed our guts naturally, because the body can heal itself. We know this is true.
The first thing that we did as an absolute non-negotiable was we left chemicals off the table. And we are leaving chemicals off the table. And you might think, well, I don't eat chemicals. I mean, those cleaning products under my sink, I don't eat those. But believe it or not, if you're not eating local, ripe, in season, and when possible, organic produce, chances are the food that you're eating is laden with chemicals. And that might be like a news alert for you, but I'm telling you, we've got to avoid them because they cause a lot of problems with your hormones. They disrupt your hormones. They make your skin age prematurely. They cause cancer. They toxify your body. And if you've noticed that you're bloated, that food just isn't digesting well, then you know that you have an issue with your gut. So herbicides, fungicides, pesticides, genetically modified food organisms are found in most of our food supply. So if you're not going out of your way to get clean food, chances are your body's been accumulating these chemicals and working really hard to get rid of them. But you have to help your body out. Because see, out there in the big wide world, there's a big industry like the food and ag industry, and then there's our families and our health. And so we got to make sure that they're in harmony, and right now they're not. So you do have to take proactive action to get the chemicals out of your life. Where are chemicals found? In boxed food, ultra-processed food, food probably at restaurants, food at your fast food chains,
Foods in packages.
food at your kids' schools. So it just goes on and on and on. So if you go to 7-Eleven when you're hungry, man, you are shooting yourself in the foot. It's not good. You got to really avoid it like the plague, because it kind of is the plague.
Number 2 is including fermented foods in your diet. Now you're like, okay, well, what is a fermented food? Good question. Sauerkraut is a fermented food. Kimchi is a fermented food. You can also see the labels that'll say fermented, but you have to be careful. It's white vinegar and sugar that you have to be careful of. I looked at Mom because she's been teaching me this, so I'm learning.
Yeah, when you go and buy sauerkraut at your regular grocery store, you're going to see a lot of different options. Now, the cheaper option is going to be the one with vinegar and sugar, and it'll say sauerkraut on it. And the one that's going to be $9, $10, $12 is going to be the one that just has sea salt in it. Why is that? I don't know. You make it at home really easily, but we're not going to bore you with that. In this video, fermented foods have been part of every culture throughout time, irrespective of age, creed, caste, no, you name it. But everywhere from India to Russia, all throughout Europe and in Asia, this is a common nourishing tradition. Why? Because it's the best way to repopulate your gut, your belly, your large intestine with good bacteria. So this is something that you can do very easily. Just start including fermented foods with your meals. We've been fermenting yogurt in our kitchen. We've been experimenting with vegetables and also even juice. We decided to take all the leftover juice in our house and ferment it. And man, is that amazing. Listen, we're not going to sugarcoat it. Healing your gut microbiome is a process. It is not like one day to the next. And you also didn't harm your gut microbiome one day to the next. So it does take consistency, and it does take time, and it does happen in layers. But I completely disrupted my gut microbiome during my childhood because I had intravenous antibiotics for an entire year and antibiotics pretty much every month of my life. It was decimated. And how did I know that? Chronic diarrhea, chronic gas, chronic bloating, issues, just issues. And if you know if you've got issues, and most people do have issues. The third point is going to surprise you. And this is belly massage. Now, this is multifaceted. And this morning, I was actually thinking about this, Penelope, because yesterday and the day before, I spent more time than usual on a belly massage. Now, if you stretch out your large intestine, it's really a big organ. Let's say it wasn't like squished up and put in your body, it would be really long. It's a lot of folds in your large intestine. And what happens in those folds? Little things get caught in those folds. And when you eat glyphosate, which is a pesticide, it kind of apparently pokes holes in your large intestine, just like it pokes holes in the insect's intestine because it implodes the insect, which I get is helpful if you want the pesticide to go away. It does kill the pesticide, right? It kills the pests.
That is terrifying to think about.
Well, and we all have glyphosate in our systems. Like if we all were to test ourselves right now, there would be glyphosate. And there's so many now far-reaching impacts of glyphosate that we're just finding out. They're trying to like actually put a cap on all the lawsuits. Yeah, it's so outrageous. But the thing is, we can't avoid it, folks. It's everywhere. So the belly massage is to help kind of loosen up some of the things that get stuck in the folds of our large intestine. And I know you think, well, that's like deep inside my body and my belly, but that's an area I don't really like to think about. I like to hide it. I don't really want to touch it. I don't want anyone else to touch it. Like, I get it. Like, I get all the things, but like, we're here to confront you because we're real people. We give you honest feedback. That's just how we roll. And even in our group, like we're not sugarcoating stuff. Like we really give it to you real. So your body heals itself, and part of the way you can help it is by relating to it and helping it out. It'll appreciate that. So when you massage your belly, you also help to loosen up any of those compacted feces. Like you ever see people who have really big bellies, but they look normal everywhere else? A lot of that's just compacted feces that got stuck.
That's crazy to think about. Interesting. Okay.
So the fourth way that we were able to overcome our gut issues and lose the weight was by choosing whole foods over ultra-processed foods. It's embarrassingly simple. It's not like some of these companies that help you to lose weight by giving you like freeze-dried food that you just rehydrate.
No, but I did try that stuff, and it doesn't work. It actually makes you feel sick. It actually can sometimes put weight on you if you eat too much of it, and it can make your skin look really bad. And it doesn't help prevent loose skin because they use bad oils.
I think it's really important that we get back to understanding how our bodies were designed. Now, back in the day, grandmothers used to be integrated as a part of households. Now they're just like sequestered in an old person's home. But the grandmothers were really responsible for teaching the grandkids about their bodies. What are the signs? And if your body is telling you something, how do you read that sign? And what is your body telling you? Like, oh, I'm hungry. Well, what am I supposed to eat? How are you going to meet your hunger? Like, you got to develop those skills. If you don't know how to cook, it's risky. You're taking a huge risk by trusting these large corporations with your health because guess what? What you eat is directly correlated to how you feel, your mood, and also your health outcomes. So if you're pre-diabetic or you're diabetic, it's time to start cooking your own food and making it delicious, by the way. We're not saying like just eat carrot sticks and celery sticks. No, we're like, let's have divine, delicious, amazing, abundant food. I was on MasterChef, like non-negotiably your food should be incredible. I used to ask you what you wanted for dinner, Penelope, and you were like, something that'll blow my mind.
I remember doing that, and you did achieve that on a daily basis.
And so did you. She made me the most amazing meal yesterday.
Oh, thank you.
So we take food seriously.
And number 5 was really interesting. We had a gastroenterologist come on our podcast. Mm-hmm. She's done thousands of clinical trials, if not hundreds of thousands of clinical trials.
No, not that many. Really?
I mean, she's been doing it for like 20 years, I think.
Yeah, but that's
long time. Anyway, don't quote me on that, okay? I'm not sure, but she's amazing no matter what.
She sure is. Check her out. She's on our channel.
She's on our channel now, soon to be twice when this is up. Stop being sterile. She said the one thing she wishes she would have done differently with her first child than her second child was not be so sterile. And you guys are like, sterile? We're supposed to clean things. We've been told our whole lives, use hand sanitizer, wash your hands, put soap and bleach on your chicken. I mean, y'all are crazy if you do that. Maybe not so crazy, but I mean, I think that's a little crazy.
I mean, if you go to a chicken processing facility, Penelope, you probably would pour bleach all over that too.
Well, depending if it's organic or not, grain-free, soy-free, there's a lot of these very intricate things. But listen, what she said was stop washing your berries with soap. Just rinse them with water. Start getting your kids in the dirt and get yourself in the dirt. You want that good bacteria.
I know some of you are probably like, that is what? What?
If it's organic, you should just rinse it.
I mean, listen, we have been brainwashed that every time we touch anything, whether it's the gas pump or a door handle, we are now contaminated. And we are at risk for viruses and infections. And oh my gosh, God forbid your child's pacifier should fall on the ground. You have to sterilize it before you put it back in her mouth. I mean, we've been brainwashed about
I
all this
remember
stuff.
when a little girl I used to watch, her mom was so into this. She was in LA and had her barefoot. She was like, maybe that was a little too much. It's
Actually
LA.
not. So
Well, because LA streets.
there could be a syringe
Yeah,
or
yeah,
something
yeah, yeah,
that's
yeah,
dangerous.
exactly.
But so what she's saying is something that we see reflected a lot in European cultures. Now, Penelope was born in Europe, and I remember when her pacifier fell out of her mouth, we didn't like put it with like hair and dirt hanging out it back in her mouth. And we made sure it was like, we rinsed it with water, but we didn't sterilize it. And the reason why she's saying this is because she was saying that the gut needs it needs diversity. And we want the right kind of diversity, because, for example, like if you eat only meat, you're going to have a certain concoction of bacteria that are going to live off of that ingredient that you gave your body. If you eat a variety of fruits and vegetables, bacteria will grow on the fiber of that food. So what you want, and so if you eat a lot of junk food, like let's say you eat a lot of fake food, I call fake food like M&Ms, Skittles, white flour, pastries, donuts, brownies, like there's a whole set of bacteria that live on that food. And so what we've learned from her, Dr. Sabine, is that the good bacteria is what we want to like encourage, that growth of the good bacteria. And it's a whole science, and to do it right, you'd have to, of course, go to her and get a whole thing. Not everyone can do that. She's only one person. So what we're realizing is that we need a variety of food. So you're not supposed to eat strawberries all the time. Like you eat strawberries when strawberries are in season, and then you move on to peaches and nectarines. Or you know what I mean. So like you eat with the seasons, and our bodies were designed this way. So what we want to encourage you in this video is that it's important to relearn how your body is designed and to respond accordingly. And it's almost too simple, because we want you to learn how to cook. We want you to use whole foods. We want you to find whole foods that are organic and seasoned and natural. And we want you to rinse them, right? We want them to be clean, but we want you not to live a sterile life, to go outside, get your feet in the soil, walk around, smell the air, get back to nature, which is a kind of reality that we're moving further and further away from. If you feel ready in your life to make a new chapter, to realize that your body isn't broken, that it's going to repair itself, and that when you lose the weight, you will look even better because you're doing it like in a vital way, because we teach you the vitality. And so we're here for you. We don't accept too many women, but if you want to join, just click the link in the description. We have a few spaces open, and we just love to do this for you. So don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And what should they comment, Penelope? What kind of discussion?
Comment down below your favorite fermented food, or what fermented foods you've seen, but maybe you're too nervous to try.
Hey, we noticed that 79.2% of you are not subscribed, which means you're watching our videos, you like the content, but you haven't made the commitment. So we would love it if you would subscribe. And if you want to join our Women's Accountability Group, don't forget to click the link in the description to join. We're only accepting amazing, awesome, and ready women. So please join if you're one of those. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe, and we will see you all the time.